Hi everyone and welcome back to LL Sports TV. Hope you're all doing well. Tonight was match day 4 in the Champions League this season and Arsenal travelled to Prague, the capital of the Czech Republic, where they took on the Czech champion Slavia Prague. Arsenal beat them 3-0 and this is what I would call a competent, efficient and ultimately commanding performance by Arsenal, and the win kept Arsenal's perfect record in the competition and their clean streak record intact. In terms of the game itself, I must say Arsenal has done a few games this season, got off to a slightly shaky start. They then proceeded to grow into the game. Then they assumed control and then went on to achieve a level of comfort in securing the victory. But Slavia Prague, to be fair to them, they started the game brightly and they used the energy of the home crowd to take the game to Arsenal, which they did early out, especially in the first 15 to 20 minutes where I thought they were probably the better side. But Arsenal, as they often do, they rode out the early storm, quickly grew into the match, established control through their possession and their structured build-up. In terms of the key moments in the game, right, so on the half-hour mark of the first half, Arsenal were awarded a penalty when a corner taken by Bukayo Saka led to a handball decision against a Slavia Prague player. It went to VAR. It was given as a penalty, and then Saka, as he so often does, stepped up, coolly converted the resulting penalty, settling Arsenal's nerves and going on to give them a deserved lead before half-time. Then just a minute into the second half, in the 46th minute, Arsenal scored their second goal. There was a break down the left-hand side by Leandro Trossard. He provided an exquisite cross. Mikel Merino then makes a timely run into the box and finishes with aplomb. This puts Arsenal 2 up. And this early second goal, I've got to say, was a massive blow to any hopes that Slavia Prague may have had of making a comeback. That second goal pretty much effectively killed the game off as a contest. Then in the 67th minute, Mikel Merino gets his brace and Arsenal secure the win and the 3 points. Now this was courtesy of a simple-headed goal, ball into the box. The Slavia Prague goalkeeper woefully misjudges the ball and Mikel Merino heads the ball in off the back of his head. Late in the game, in the 88th minute, Arsenal did survive a penalty scare when VAR overturned a penalty decision given by the ref against Ben White. The penalty was overturned, and quite rightly so, and Arsenal duly saw out the game to go on and win their 4th straight Champions League game, keeping yet another clean sheet in the process. Now, this win moved Arsenal temporarily, because there's still games going on, obviously, to the top of the Champions League group, and put them firmly back on track for qualification to the qualification stages of puts them firmly back on track for qualification to the knockout stages of this year's Champions League. The result also meant that Arsenal maintained their 100% win record and, like I said, a clean sheet in every Champions League game so far this season. And I've got to say, Arsenal's defence once again looked pretty impregnable. That back line, marshalled by Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba, as I said, looked pretty much untroubled, limited Slavia Prague to very clear-cut chances, and David Raya in goal was pretty much untroubled for most of the match. And this is obviously thanks to the very effective, efficient system in front of him. Declan Rice, shout out to Declan Rice. He was a key figure in midfield for Arsenal today, not only shielding the defence, but also dictating the tempo of much of the game and contributing whenever possible to the attack. Got to shout out Mikel Merino. I mean, with Victor Gyökeres out injured, Mikel Merino stepped up to play as a makeshift centre-forward. I've got to be honest, he didn't get off to the best of starts in this game, but crucially, he went on to score 2 goals, and in doing so, he's demonstrated both his eye for goal and his positioning, particularly on the set-piece situation for the second goal. And once again, Mikel Merino showing that he's what I call a very intelligent, cerebral footballer who has very good and very high levels of technical ability, and he can also finish with aplomb. So, yeah, another great win for Arsenal. Another win which I would say highlights Arsenal's squad depth, because despite injuries to several key players in the team, including the likes of Gabriel Martinelli, Martin Odegaard, Gabriel Jesus, Kai Havertz, and Victor Gyökeres being the latest. Despite all these injuries to several key attacking players, Arsenal were able to rotate their squad with players like Mikel Merino, Trossard, Ethan Nwaneri, Max Dowman, people like that, and still go on and win the game ultimately and relatively comfortable. This win also, I would say, showcases Arsenal's exceptional form at the moment, which they're doing with organised control and defensively resolute football. I would also say, I mean, I've heard it said a lot. I mean, some people have been slightly critical of Arsenal, saying that the football is not as expansive as they would like, and they're not scoring as many goals as perhaps they should. Well, they got 3 tonight, and they look very good in doing so. But what I would say about Arsenal is that they tend to control most games, and once they go 1-0 up, as an Arsenal fan, you just get the impression that they're going to go on and win the game and keep a clean sheet. They just look so strong at the moment. They just managed to control games, man. And they look really good in doing so. And it's going to take a really good team to stop Arsenal at the moment. The way they're playing right now, they just go out there and win games. It's as simple as that. And they just carry on, showcasing exceptional form. And they're looking really good in doing so. Okay, they may not score a whole heap of goals, and they may not get fans off their seats in the classic sense. But I'm enjoying watching this Arsenal team, man. I mean, they look really good. They look really strong, and they're winning games with a relative amount of comfort, which, as an Arsenal fan, is a great thing to see. And Arsenal go marching on. This weekend they play Sunderland in the Premier League at the Stadium of Light, up there in the northeast of England, where they will come up against former Arsenal captain and now Sunderland captain, Granit Xhaka. A lot of people calling it the Granit Xhaka derby. Now, that promises to be a really lively encounter. I can't wait for that game. Arsenal will go there as table toppers and in great form. Arsenal should get the win. But, I'm expecting it to be a lively game, a tough game, a hard-fought game. There's bound to be ebb and flow, lots of thrills and spills. But at the end of it, I do expect Arsenal to come through. I mean, I'm not going to say for 1 second that it will be as comfortable as the game against Slavia Prague was. But in the final analysis, I am expecting Arsenal to come out on top. But it will be a really good game. It'll be a really good occasion. I can't wait for the game. But yeah, just to finish off by saying well done to Arsenal. Congratulations. Another clean sheet, another win which puts Arsenal on top of another league, this time the Champions League, albeit only until the other fixtures are decided. But certainly Arsenal are looking really good. They go marching on. And yeah, another win in the tank. So well done, Arsenal. But that's all from me. Thanks so much for watching LL Sports TV. If you're new to the channel, please like, share and subscribe. Catch you on the next one. I'm out.